Hi, my name's Mike Boyes, and I teach a psychology course called Psychology for Everyday Life at the University of Calgary. I want to tell you about the course because I'm going to be offering it this summer in a dual credit format. Now what that means is that if you take the course, you're going to get two things. You're going to get 30 credits from your Board of Education, and you're going to get credit for a one-semester course in psychology. Let me start by telling you a little bit about myself. I'm a developmental psychologist, which means I study how people grow and change over the course of their entire lives. And I'm specifically interested in what happens in late adolescence and into a relatively newly identified stage called emerging adulthood, which is the one you're all about to enter, which goes from about 18 years of age to about 25 to 29 years of age. And it involves a whole lot of work on issues related to identity and life planning. So you've got a lot of interesting stuff to look forward to. I've taken a lot of the research work that I've done and the research that a lot of other people have done and then drawn on a whole lot of other stuff within psychology to put this course together. At the University of Calgary, the course is called Psychology 203, Psychology for Everyday Life. And the exact same course that I'm going to be offering in summer school format for you to take is being offered regularly at the University of Calgary to undergraduate students. The kind of stuff we're going to talk about in the course will cover a broad range of psychological theory and research. And you're going to find it useful from a number of different perspectives. It'll give you a look at what university courses are like, what sort of expectations there are, what level of material we deal with there, how we present that information, what sort of pace we present it at, and what exams typically look like at the university level. That by itself will be useful information. In addition, this course will give you some information about some of the differences between high school courses and university courses. And more importantly, because I come from a developmental background, I've added into the course a bunch of material related to ways in which you are going to be different as you move into university and your life beyond university than you are now as a high school student. Understanding and being aware of those differences is going to make it a whole lot easier for you to make the kind of life decisions you're going to need to make over the next 5 to 10 years. In terms of the psychology within the course, it's important to know that psychology is what's referred to as a hub science, which means the kind of research that goes on in psychology provides incredibly useful knowledge and information that can be applied in a whole variety of disciplines. When I teach regular introductory psychology courses, one of the things that I'm most struck by is that only about 10 to 15% of the students in those 300 and 400 seat classes are actually psychology majors. Everybody else is taking psychology because they've recognized that there's a lot of valuable material in that course that they can apply to whatever area of study and eventually whatever career paths they go into. Whether that's medicine, law, business, all of them have places where you can usefully apply the kinds of information you're going to get from psychology. Psychology for Everyday Life, as it's taught at the University of Calgary and in this dual credit version, is a general course in psychology. That means you can use it as an elective course in virtually any program at the University of Calgary. Within psychology, if you go on and major in psychology, you can count this course towards your general complement of courses for your degree. But the course is not a prerequisite for more advanced courses in psychology. You'll need to go on and take the basic introductory courses if you want to go on and take more advanced courses in psychology. Now that said, this course is still potentially incredibly useful to you in a number of ways. I've already talked a little bit about the usefulness of psychological research and knowledge in general. But this course would also count, as I've said, as a general elective, which means it frees up course space for you. Actually, there's two meanings to that term. The dual credit version of this course is free to you. That's a huge savings because it would be over $600 if you were paying for it through the University of Calgary. In addition, taking this course will free up space in your academic schedule at whatever university you go to. Because it will count towards your degree program, that's one less course you're going to have to take at university, which means you can go on and take other courses if you prefer, or you can leave that space in your schedule to lighten your workload a little bit. Not a bad idea to consider, particularly for first year when you're getting your feet on the ground and figuring out your future directions within your new university environment. So, I hope you consider taking Psychology for Everyday Life in the dual credit format. I think if you do, you'll find it interesting, you'll find it useful, and I think it'll be fun. If you have any questions, just fire them off to this email address over here, and I'll respond as best I can. And if you decide to take the course, I look forward to seeing you in July.